think we're back. This just might be the last entry in this series of Hollow Knight Speedrun streams, but before we go anywhere, let me just make sure that everything is functioning as it's supposed to. But before we go anywhere, let me just make sure. Alright, you know what? Seems good to me. Worst case scenario, I'm a little quiet. Who needs that? So, Hollow Knight Speedrun. This is our game. This is our game. Third one down. You might notice that we're at 4 hours and 45 minutes. In theory, I've got 10 hours to finish this game, so I think that's going to be no problem from where we are right now. Now, that said, since the last time I played this game, I have learned a lot of stuff. I've done some research. I've watched some speedruns. First thing that I realized was that there are actually 2 different achievements for speedrunning the game, and in fact 10 hours is the easier of them. And there is another achievement for speedrunning the game in 5 hours. Which, at this point, honestly, with a bit of practice, I think would be doable for me. Not on this run, clearly, because I've taken out 1 dreamer and I've got 2 left to go. But yeah, 5 hours, if I was knowing what I was doing, I think that I can pull that off. I'd have to probably play the game like maybe 2 more times before I got there, but, you know, once I had my route a little bit worked out, I think it would happen. As for this run, we're still taking our sweet time in the grand scheme of speedrunning stuff. The other thing that I have learned is that you really can finish this game really fast. Like, much, much faster than I would have thought was possible. The other thing that I just realized is that I need to buy this key before I can finish the game, because I need to get up to where those dreamers are at. So I need $800 to buy that key. That's not happening just yet. Let me just check on my loadout of charms. So, do I have the quick Healy charm? Yes, quick focus. That's going to be very useful. Right now we've got Long Nail, Sprint Master, Gathering Storm, Wayward Compass, and Steady Body is clearly just there because I have 1 slot that I don't know what to do with it. But I don't think that's going to change right now. It would be great if I could get 1 more slot, because then I could probably find something cool to put there instead. So, that's the thing. You can finish this game way, way faster. I've seen runs that take about 40 minutes of in-game time. Now, that is using a couple glitches, and that is also using intentional deaths. I think the best I'm going to be able to do here is Green Path. That's taking a couple of intentional deaths to warp back to benches, which saves you a lot of travel time. But even so, like there are Steel Soul runs, and those are runs where you're not allowed to die because the game ends if you die. Hardcore mode, if you will. And I think that those still clock in well under an hour. So, I mean, I guess you're probably wondering what's their secret. And a very big part of it is knowing exactly where to go at all times, which these people do, and I clearly do not. In fact, I only have the vaguest idea of how I'm supposed to get down to where my next dreamer is located, which is right below me. I need to go to the Fog Canyon. I want to say that there's another way to get down there, but let's start by going down. So the first thing they do is they don't waste any time by going down dead ends, which I do all the dang time. There's a way to get up there. See, I shouldn't be wasting time on trying to figure out how to get to the other side of the slog through me. Let's just over there either. Okay, yeah, I should have gone this way. So that helps a lot. They use a couple glitches. Some of them let them make jumps that you're not supposed to be able to make by firing off soul bullets. And apparently if you do that in the correct way, it'll propel you backwards. So you can fire off 2 or 3 of those to make a jump that you're not supposed to be able to make and skip a whole lot of stuff. I think the cleverer skip that I saw in speedrun is one where they actually die intentionally in such a way that the shade that you leave behind is positioned that they can use that to pogo over a cliff that you're not supposed to be able to climb up. And that's just like, dang. But you can't do that. Oh, hey, I hadn't opened that before. You can't do that if you're planning on playing legitimately without dying. Of course, I've died several times already on this run, so clearly we're not being too strict about that kind of stuff. Now, somewhere down here is an acid lake, so I can handle acid now. I picked up Ismi's Tear. You know what? I think I need to go down another level. I don't know if there's any point going over here. How many charms do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I would need 4 more charms to be able to get an extra charm notch from the vendor, which would be really sweet. and super cool. But I don't know if that's going to happen in the playthrough. So that's the other thing. The other way that they save a lot of time, aside from knowing where they're going and using, like, not quite, well, some glitches and some cheats and stuff like that. The other thing that they do is they don't die and they can beat all the bosses with really minimal equipment. And that is not where I am at. There are a lot of bosses in this game that still give me a lot of trouble. Certainly the Hollow Knight himself is going to be no exception. So these folks, the really good ones, can beat any boss in the game. Not only do they not take a lot of damage, they can beat them with the kind of lowest level nail in the game. This is not a fast way to get through here on strats. They can beat it without any upgrades to their nail, which I don't think I could do. They can also beat him without taking much damage, and what that lets you do is it lets you free up your soul to fire off more projectiles. So they pick up the Spell Twister, I think it's called, and then they use that to fire off lots of high-powered, what's it called, Vengeful Spirits. That lets them beat bosses really quickly because they're doing damage all the time instead of healing the way I do. I don't want to put myself down too much. Like, I have played this game. This is literally my third ever run of this game, and I only finished the first one. So, you know, I'm okay with admitting that I got a lot to learn. That's no problem. So the question that I'm facing is, what am I going to do to make it so that I can beat the hard bosses, of which there are two big ones left in the game, the Watcher Knights and the Hollow Knight. It is possible that I'll be able to take out the Watcher Knights with what I have. Possible, but not certain. Hollow Knight, I'm a little less certain about. That's a fight I've done a lot of times. It's a pretty tough fight for me. And right now I've only upgraded my nail twice, and I'd be way, way happier if I could get one more upgrade before I gave it a try. To do that, I need to get one more pale ore. There's a couple ways I can do that. Probably the fastest would be to accumulate. Enough dream points that I can go back and see the seer and get one from her. A bit of a distraction, but it might give me some money. Plus, you know, I love to pogo. Oh, that was a lot less work than I thought it would be. Wow. That was worth $300 for sure. Still need to get into that fog canyon. I don't remember. I think this will get me there eventually. Because there's an entrance to the fog canyon down by Queen Station, but I feel like that one's a dead end. Oh, you know what? It might not be dead end that I have dismissed here. Yeah, like I said, still got a lot of optimizing left to do on this run. What was that? Secret passage. El Pasaggio Secreto. Almost got enough money to buy the key that I need. You don't need Ismi's Tear to get to the last, to get to the Dreamer that's in the Fog Canyon. But it's real tricky if you don't have it. You have to do a whole bunch of real pixel-perfect kind of Shine Spark type maneuvers. Boy, this feels like a bit of a wild goose chasing going on here. Like I said, I'm not worried because I have 5 hours left on the clock, and all I have to do now is beat 2 Dreamers and the Hollow Knight. Certainly picking up this money will help. Picking up a grub might help. I don't think there's any way I'll get enough grubs to get the pale ore for that. But if I can get the badge that you get for helping the grubs, that would get me one badge closer to being able to buy a Charm Notch. Charm Notches are basically your strength in this game, as far as, you know, that and the strength of your nail. Oops, I don't have enough juice. Got the heart, but I don't got the juice. Oh, hey, there's a little, that's one of those soul tank shards. I should actually probably buy the last one from, what's his name? The guy. Sly. The problem is I don't currently have Scratch. Oh, this is a good end. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background of this game. It's got a very cool story that I only kind of understand. Alright, so this was an entire big old waste of time going this way. Again, I mean, glad I got the money out of it. That's kind of all I can really say. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to wrap this up tonight. Not a guarantee or anything, but... So, I guess I need to go down to Fog Canyon the regular way. Sorry, buddy. We go down here. This place is filled with electric jellyfish. The little ones are basically just free soul. The big ones expire like so, sending a nasty projectile your way in the process. Yeah, no, I keep thinking that I'm going to avoid those, and it's not working out for me so far. I think my best bet would just be to leave those guys alone for a bit. Oh, darn. Gotta go this place. I would like to not die if I can. Can I just go underneath here? Yeah. Cruising along. The double jump is also a bit of a luxury around here. I certainly did not have it the first time I came to this area. What's up there? Won't say no to a couple of soul hearts. What's that? I'll seal. Worth a couple bucks. I'll need the money. I thought there was more to this place, but alright, fine. Spare hearts. Help me get through this gauntlet. In there anyway. I can go for a bench. I think there's a boss in here. Is that right? Oh no, no. I know that I'll get locked into this room if I come in here, but that's fine. I got pretty powerful nail. I can beat these guys with one hit. I knew that was going to happen. There is a boss here I think who will give me dream points. Which I need, so what the heck. I'm a little out of practice, by the way. I haven't played this game since the last time I recorded, which was maybe 2 weeks ago. So I'm not quite at my best. I'm probably less tired than I was that time, though, so there's that. Yeah, I would like a whole lot to find a bench for fighting the creepy blind lady, which I think lives here. But, you know, don't always get what you want. Oh. That's the upward attack. Okay, I forgot that was here. It's another one of these snail shaman guys. Okay, I guess there is not a boss fight here. That's fine. plenty of those dream fights if I want to accrue some dream points. Over here. So I can't go through here until very, very late in the game. I'm never going to get the upgrade that I need to do that. So this is also a total useless dead end to me. Great. Or is it? I think it is. I really wish I had the map. Getting the map in here is a real pain. Nothing here. Alright, well, let's keep on heading down this hallway thingy. Can I get to the stag station down here? That would be cool. If I could, I need to go and spend my money before I lose it. Station's over here. Can I open this up? Oh, there's a Queen Station. I see. Yeah, well, that was quite a little detour. Oh, hey, it's my favorite. This is the character that Eric and I were talking about last time, who's Willow. Come and search for treats, have you? There's a tasty little fungus up there. Good dream nailer and see what she's thinking. This little creature looks tasty. Try if you want, lady. Alright, well, what the heck? We're back in town. I'm going to at least buy the key that I need. No sense in losing my money if I get ghosted twice. Dirtmouth. Back to Dirtmouth. Go see Sly again. I don't think I can afford to buy the little extra soul container. That would be a nice bonus if I could get that. Yeah, 550. Don't got the spare. Need the elegant key. Yes. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here we'll be buying anytime soon. How many mask shards do I have? 2. 800 for that one, though. I would pay for a mask shard if it would get me a full mask, because again, I am not confident in my ability to beat some of the harder bosses with my current gear. Never hurts to have extra masks. Alright, there's gotta be a way through here. The first time I played this game, I was stymied for a super long time because I couldn't find Ismi's Tear, which lets you go into the acid. But this game, I got that in no time. So I think the Fog Canyon will be a productive place to hang out. Next one up. Is this the bank? This is the bank. I'm not going to deposit my money at the bank. Sorry, lady. I do want to see what happens when I dream nailer, though. Next, return to that delightful spa. Ah, yes. Spas are pretty cool in this game. I love the way the sound is muted in here. It's a really cool effect. Okay, I've been this way. No, okay, this is where Ismi's Tear, or, yeah, just the tear. I thought the double jump might get you there, but nope. So this is the place where I couldn't go for a super long time when I first played this game. And I'm pretty sure this is going to take us to the Dreamer. I don't have a map for the area. It's very annoying that they don't at least show you where you are. Queen's Gardens. That's not where I'm supposed to be, is it? I don't know about this, folks. Oh, you can shoot those things. These are little platform challenges, but if you know what's coming later in the game, they do not rate. Let's see on the big map. See the big map? I've gone too far. This is a drag. You guys are kind of like the Mantis folks from the village. Oh, there's something cool down here. This little boomerang thingy here is pretty annoying. What? I thought you were dead. Time to get complacent. Oh jeez. This ain't going so well. You. What was all that for? Well, Cornifer's around. Somewhere. I'm not going to turn down a map. I do love that you use the sound cues to find Cornifer. It gets louder the closer you get. Yes. Okay, where the heck am I? Okay, I can get to the... No, I think this is a wild goose chase, this whole place. So these guys you can absorb if you want to get like one dream point. And so I did. I guess two, they're worth one each. I don't think there's any good reason for me to be here. I don't even want to hit that bench, honestly, because it'll get me my health back, but then I'll be stuck respawning in the middle of nowhere here. That's real satisfying. Never get tired of doing stuff like that. Oh, I forgot you can't jump through these platforms. So, I'm a little bit frustrated right now because I don't know where I should be going. It seems to me, I guess I should get that rancid egg just for the sake of, you know, I'm here and all, right? It's not worth the wait for sure. There's no way it's worth the wait, I don't think. So I'm moving along this floor. The chamber is directly to the east. I really thought something worthwhile was going to happen when I went through this passageway. This map's so big. Oh, so now that I'm here, I don't have a map for the area anymore, but I can see that. Like, I just left that room. So the Dreamer's actually above me. I need to go up. But just like a tiny bit. Sorry, jellyfish, but you gotta get that free energy. Also, jellyfish are kind of gross and weird. I wish Anthony was here to reassure me that they are not going to take over the oceans, but I think they are. Man, twofer. How do you like that? Ah, that got me. Getting cocky. So, dang it. Came in here, so now apparently it's to the right. So I can kind of see where I am if I go to the big map. The problem is, how do I get to the right? I guess I go to the right. The Cornifer's in here, but I don't know if I can get to it. I move past it. No, that's the problem, is that I can't get through here. Let the super go through the black barrier dash. Which you don't need to finish the game. Ow. There's some way over top, is there? Because, like, according to the big map, I'm now just a little ways above. Oh, it's there. I have to go to the fungal wastes. Well, that's a big detour from where I am. Oh, that's a... Okay. Huh. Need to get to Queen Station again. Huh. Alright, well, I'm just glad that we wasted about half an hour together. It's a good thing that I have quite a lot of leeway left in this. Oh, yeah, alright. So, welcome to Green Path. I need to get to a stag station. It's probably faster to go to the stag station than to walk all the way around there. Oh man, that's a drag. So once I get to Queen Station, that's kind of debatable actually. Might be just as fast to go up over than down. Let's do it that way. So up is... There is up. Right, there's a passageway in the fungal wastes that you also need Isbeastier to get through, and that's the one that takes you where you need to be. And unfortunately, it has been long enough since I first finished this game that I totally forgot. I've never, you know, I'm making some money and stuff, and that's all good. I need that money if we're gonna get, like, nail upgrades and a couple more badges. Really what I want is one nail upgrade and another charm slot. Problem is there's no... I think I've gotten the only easy to get charm slots in the game. It really looks like you can get up there and there was something cool. No? A one-way trip down? Believe me, if I knew what I was doing, there would be a lot of ways that I could save time by using the super dash. At least I'm making money. I can't believe that guy hit me. Funny, this controller has a pretty good D-pad, but I keep finding myself reverting to the analog stick. I don't know if that's because I played most of this game with an Xbox 360 controller and I just got used to it. It works pretty well. Like, I'm not really complaining or anything. Take that, little birds. Probably stop doing those little birds. Where are we at? Oh, we got the crossroads over here. Should I bother getting my grub reward? I'm pretty close to the grubs. I don't remember if at this point what they've got anything good for me. Right. Forgotten Crossroads has gotten a little less friendlier, which is pretty cool actually. The fact that they take the beginning area of the game and they make it... The fact that they make the beginning area of the game more dangerous as you progress is pretty cool. Like, that's not how these games normally work. It's kind of an easy trick. Like, it's been done so many times, but taking your kind of home area and changing it, making it hostile to you, I always find it really effective in video games. This is a really weird reference to have, but the one place that always reminds me of that is Crusader No Remorse, 90s isometric PC game, which was a really cool game and also like really clunky and awkward in that way that, 80s and 90s PC games were, you played this weird, like, red action figure dude who would go through these isometric levels, and you had, like, lots of guns and grenades and rocket... Oh, jeez. Well, that hurts for 2. Ouch. Grenades and rocket launchers, and you have this, like... Again, it's a PC game, so you have a way overly complicated arsenal of moves that you can do. Some of these little... This is probably not the most time-efficient way to get little red doohickeys, but I think that it's worth doing to get that extra power. Anyway, so the game was really clunky and awkward, and like it would have been way, way better. There was a PlayStation version of it that apparently came out, which I assume must have had reasonably good controls on the DualShock. But it was super awkward to play with the keyboard, and of course I was fine with that because I played all kinds of PC games, and I learned to make my hands do weird stuff that they should probably have never done. But it had tank controls and like different levels of like, you could have different postures, like you could be crouching or rolling or standing, or it was a big old mess. But it was a really cool game. That was a game where you had like a little hub world you'd go back to, like it was like a resistance base that you'd return to between every mission. And later in the game, that place gets attacked, and it was just really cool to come back to that place and have it be a battleground. And it's not at all the only time I've seen it in the game, but I always like it. A lot of money. Anything else for me? Ah, what's this? It's the group song badge. Alright, okay, cool. I might just be able to get enough badges. Wow, that was a lot of money. Holy cow, how many grubs did I save? What's this? I haven't been here in a long time. Come on, don't waste my time with fancy eggs. Wow, okay, I'm loaded now. Was not expecting to get that much money. Once again, I probably should spend that. I can get an extra soul container if I go to Dirtmouth. I don't know if that's like the most useful thing that I can get, but what the heck. I want to go to Queen Station. I guess I'll just take the old Stagway. Alright, I want to get this vessel fragment because that will get me an extra chunk of soul. That's good. I don't want any more of those. I don't want to buy Heavy Blow for 350. It's useless. I haven't decided if I'm going to get Joni's Blessing or not. There are only 2 tough bosses left in the game, and I think I would rather have Quick Focus than Joni's Blessing to do with the Hollow Knight. It's just that I don't know that I'll have time to focus at all when I'm dealing with the Watcher Knights because there's so many of them. So Joni's Blessing would be good at it. Would get me 1, and actually there's another badge that I can get in that neighborhood. So like that would get me 2 badges, and I only need 3 more to be able to buy an extra charm notch. Again, a good player just doesn't worry about any of this stuff because they're already able to sort of finish the game with pretty basic loadout. But I don't think that's me. So alright, so straight edge. Let's see if I can get a little ways on my super dash. Oh, it's not too bad. I almost feel bad just wrecking some of these guys' day for no good reason, but gets me a couple of Geo. I could buy the fragile charms, they're not that expensive. How much that would cost me? I might be able to get whatever's up there now that I have the double jump. I guess I already did. For me. I mean, again, I might as well pick them up, right? And the fragile charm could actually help me get my, help me beat some of the dream bosses if I'm so inclined. Ah, see, that's how it's done. heck? I mean, I got all this money. I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. I've got a bunch of stuff I can sell in the City of Tears if I just need to make money again. So I guess I could go to see the creepy vendor guy and get some fragile charms. Ooh, some of these are expensive though. 600 bucks. I don't think this is maybe not the best idea actually after all. 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 15. I need 3 more. Let's get greed. Greed's kind of a twofer, right? Because if I have greed, I could theoretically equip it to make more money. I don't know if that's the best idea. Let's get life while we're here. Fragile heart. I'm only 1 short. We'll see. 1 more charm notch would really help. For sure. Alright, so this is where we're supposed to go. This little stupid pool here. That's what you need the tier for. Let's see what there is to see around here. I thought there was something down there. What was one of these guys? Sure. I mean, we're here, right? So the other good reason to go get Joni's Blessing, aside from the fact that it's a free charm, and it's a useful charm, is that I can go fight, what's his name, Gorb? Giant brain monster guy? Who's going to give me at least 100 dream points, maybe 200, I don't remember. That's a pretty easy fight, all things considered. It's just a bit of a runaround, but I was willing to waste half an hour not getting into the Dreamer down here, so I should probably be willing to take the 15 minutes it would take to go through there. Nothing good over here? Gonna use the bouncy guys. Fine, I get it. Up, 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 dash. That's all in right, 150. Alright, and here we are, back in the Fog Canyon. Oh. I see. So where in the Fog Canyon? That's a good question. I need to go down and left. I want to say there's a mask shard somewhere around here. That would be a real help if I could find it, but I don't remember where it is. Not that bad, guys. Someday I'm going to meet Cornerfur and I'm going to get that map, and it's going to be real filled out. Am I leaving? Oh, this is a forgotten... Okay. Shortcut from a forgotten cross. Okay, this is... Didn't I try to come through here? Maybe not. Maybe not. Whatever. Whatever, I got hours. Oh, hello. Oh, nice. You smack one of the spikes, they just pop immediately. I want that thing. What is that thing? Okay. That's money. Never say no to free money, right? Hey, $10 is $10, eh? I don't know which of these doors I need to go through. So I actually am looking for that optional area because I think it's got a mask shard. And I would totally take a mask shard. I think this might be it. Good job. Yeah, this is totally it. Nope, still not doing it right. When was the last time I saved? Oh no! I thought that explosion was him getting popped. It is not. Well, glad to spend some of that money. Not that it's gone. You understand. Dark Souls rules and all. This is what happens when one of those little tree things after you hit it. If you pick up all the little bits of dream stuff scattered around, it becomes a dream tree. Ah. I'm not like super angry. That's not why I kill everything. It gives me a little bit of money and it gives me a little bit of soul power. So, which way? Kind of straight left. Is it? Nope. It's the higher door. Oh, here it is. That's very hard to spot. Oh, back at it again. But hey, now I've got an extra little soul container, which not quite give me the juice that I need to heal again, but there we go. Now I can. Pro strats. That's what we're here for, is the pro strats. Getting killed by my own shadow. Real good use of time there. Even 10 hours is about right. I think I need dehydrated. Okay. I kind of wish that you could see your game clock. Get it. We're gonna get it. Because I believe in myself. It's the power of positive thinking, right? That's how positive thinking works. You think the good thing and then the good thing happens. Also, you don't mess with the giant jellyfish if you can avoid it. Because there ain't no profit in it. That's good. That's less good. That. Okay, someday I'm gonna figure this out. Okay, you can't. Nope. It's kind of become a pride thing now. I'm sorry. Sorry, we're going to be stuck here doing this until I figure this out. It is actually a really bad place to lose a bunch of your soul. You know, you lose like a third of your maximum soul when you get killed. Because I kind of need that. I'm going to need projectiles. It's kind of the only way through here, I think. This is very embarrassing when I think back on some of the crazy platforming stuff that I have done in this game back when I played more often. I'm just getting whooped by some floating balloon guy. Why don't I just dash there? I didn't press the dash button. Okay, just trust me. We got this. We got it so good. Just you know, letting their guard down, just making a couple mistakes so they don't know who they're messing with. You know, I think that actually killing this guy It's never really worked out for me, so let's not do that. Oh, no! I thought I was the smart guy. That really looked like it was going to be awesome for a second there. What are you doing causing explosions and stuff? Oh, boy. Should I just give up? That seems wrong at this point. If I don't pull up my speedrun, this right here, we'll be able to point to this and say, yeah, probably shouldn't have spent an extra half hour just trying to get this stupid mask shard. Could have just saved up and bought one. Wouldn't take as long. But I mean, people like to watch people play games because they like to see suffering. That's kind of what we're all here for, right? So. Also, my office chair is terrible. It just kind of randomly sinks down every once in a while. Nothing for it. So, I'm going to do this. First of all, we're going to ignore every jellyfish that we don't absolutely have to pop. Every big one. The little ones are fair game. Right, so that guy, what did we do with that guy? Should I just tank the hit and fall through there? I don't remember. Alright. That was worthwhile. Did I just beat... Oh, I guess I beat my shadow. Good for me. Ow. Yeah, it probably would have been worth it to take one hit to get through there. Finally. Okay. Yes! That's a charm. Oh, that's a charm notch. Oh, that's even better than I thought. That was absolutely worth the pain. The not at all insignificant pain. Totally worth it for a charm notch. I would still be happy if I could get myself an extra mask shard somewhere, but you know, worst case scenario, money will buy those. Cool, I need a bench. There's a bench where I'm going, though. Oh, man. I'm glad I stuck that through. That's going to be well worthwhile. Okay, can we do this? Nope. Ah, just stay out of trouble till we get to where the dreamer is. That's so hard, Mike. Yes, that is so hard, as Joe would say. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Well, not really bouncing at this point. So much for my extended tribute. Yeah, okay, where's Corner Brad? Right? I'm on the other side. It's gotta be in here somewhere, right? You can't be blocked off by two of these things. Inscrutable black barriers. Oh, there you are, finally. Yeah, great. Yes. Okay, where the heck? Okay, I need to go right now. I didn't even realize that I was in the right place. Hey, actually pulled it off for once. For twice even. You're not supposed to get hit by these ones. Ah, oh, jeez. Oh. You're also supposed to notice when there's one of those explodey things on the ground. There you go, you do that. That's the smart move. That's what I'm supposed to have been doing this whole time. What? I only barely touched those tentacles. Come on. I'm supposed to have a hitbox like in a vertical shooter. Come on. I'm trying to save some MP so that I can use my projectile weapon, but I want to stay alive until I make it to where the dreamer is. I'm a little bit tired of running through this place. Hop, hop. I don't remember this being so hard. Okay, I think we made it. Hey, it's Squirrel. Hey, buddy. The building beckons. That's because he's got kind of history here. This place is a little strange. It's kind of like a university or something. Okay. Time to go take care of Dreamer. I kind of don't want to know how long it's been since I started this stream. I want to say it's been a good hour easy. There's no way I'm finishing this tonight, unfortunately. But I can take out one of the Dreamers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not how that was supposed to go. Oh, dang it. I didn't equip my other charm. Now that I have... The steady body is not... That's a pretty low rent charm if you ask me. Like, that's... It's not top tier. Oh well, if I don't beat the boss on my first trial, I'll have to use that opportunity. Are we here? We are here. Okay. It's time for the big jellyfish thing. The big jellyfish thing, first of all, you can't hurt it. Ooh. Second of all, you gotta stay calm when it does this attack. Well, you don't want to stay too calm when it does this attack, because you have to move for this one. So it either does this attack that follows you around, or it does this attack where the entire screen fills with sparks. And you basically just have to find a safe spot to stay put. Come on, guy. Alright, well that could have gone a little better, but it's alright. Ah, alright, this is the one where I need to move. Yeah, this is not great. We gotta learn how to recognize the two different attacks. Bro strats. No crap. No. Alright, let's go get some better charms. Yeah, tequila. Okay, steady body. You are bad and I don't want to use you. I think I can sacrifice my compass to get faster healing. That would probably be a good move. I also don't really have any good reason. I can sacrifice Dashmaster and Gathering Swarm to get, which is the one that gives me more invulnerability. This one. This is a much better combination for beating this boss. I don't need to rush my way through here. Alright, let's give it a try. This is not an especially hard boss. I only ever fought it the one time though, so I'm not like a super expert. Oops. Oh, jeez, come on, me. Hello there. Well, I would have liked to gone into this fight with full health, but what you gonna do? So I need to learn this guy's tells. How can I tell if... I don't know if there's any difference in the animation. Yeah. Oh boy. Who's ready for another try, huh? I guess the answer is just move all the time. Oh. We're learning stuff. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. guarantee you that by the time the stream is done tonight, we're going to have beaten Umu. Can't stop here. This is Spark Country. Okay, come on, Umu. Let's go. Do you remember sit, Umu, sit? No. I don't think he can just fly through me like that. Kind of a jerk move, buddy. Keep on moving, don't go. Oh, dang. Go. Kasa! You know, in my mind, this is going to go a little better than it's going right now. Oh, man. Me, Kasa. Alright. A little better. Back to full health anyway. I believe the speedrunners can take Umu out in 2 cycles. They get him exactly in the spot where he can be hit the most times, and they just go nuts. With the eventual spirit stuff. I like Kuro a lot. I think he's a cool character, and I don't actually remember what some of the details of the story are, so I might take the time to read what it says. Man, how many hits does this guy take? Oh, sorry. Distracted. I don't know if there's a sound cue that's different. I should listen to this again in the future and see. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Like I said, that's not supposed to be the hard boss fight. I mean, to be fair, I don't think that's, you know, it's going to take me more tries than that to beat probably the Watcher Knights and Hollow Knight. So again, making your way through here without a Sphere is a bit more complicated. I don't remember if there's anything good in here. I expect. Charged Luma flies. Get anything from that? I got an entry in the Hunter's Log, I guess. Yeah, this is the place. Gotta go around here. Something glows within the tank. Oh, there you are. It's no coincidence we arrived together. She called me here now to reverse the protection of all in aid of you, so it seems like the seal bearers are not entirely unanimous in whether the seal should continue to exist or not. Thank you.
How do they feel about balancing balls on their noses?
Well, if you give them a herring, they'll go for pretty much anything.
Hi, Mike.
Right. Hi, Eric. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. This last hour or so has been a real circus.
Is that like a good circus or a bad circus?
I mean, nobody likes clowns, right?
That's fair, but elephants are pretty cool.
Well, unfortunately, this is more of a circus today kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
No elephants to be found. No, just a whole lot of wasted time and getting lost and and backtracking and getting killed in one of the jellyfish gauntlets.
Oh, yeah, those are brutal.
Yeah, I got a charm notch for my trouble, so it was worth it in the end. But yeah. Not going to be setting the world on fire with my hot speed run, I don't think.
Are you still on track to make it at least?
I'm on track to make 10 hours. At the top of the video, I was saying that there are actually 2 achievements for speedrunning, and one of them is for 5 hours. And I think that if I was to practice a little bit, 5 hours would be pretty within reach. Of course, as Joe found out last time we were streaming this, the actual speedruns for this game are like well under 1 hour.
Yeah. That just comes with hundreds of hours of practice and being really good at.
And also knowing, like, you know, where to go and what bugs you can exploit, and, you know, like, there's the no major glitch speedrun seems to be kind of the main category for this game, because they use a couple of, I don't know if you want to call them glitches. There's one that lets you get extra jump distance by firing off your projectile a couple times. So you can make it over some jumps you're not supposed to be able to manage that way. It's down here, then. Okay, cool. Alright, let's get out of here. This sucks. One really cool strat you can do if you're not doing a no deaths run is you can actually die in places where your shade that you leave behind will help you to pogo over.
Oh, really?
Walls. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that make as soon as you said that, I could like envision in my head what that looks like, and that's really smart.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but if you go to the charm seller's store, there's also, like, way above her store is an access to the Blue Lake, or not, is it Blue Lake? Yeah, it's the Blue Lake. And that gets you to, like, the other side of the City of Tears, which you normally can't get to without going through the mine, I want to say, so it's kind of a way of really forcing your way through there. There's another one you can do to the Mantis Village, I forget what. I think it's a way to get into deepness without beating Mantis Lords. Which doesn't sound desirable, but you gotta do it at some point, so.
Yeah. Well, that's a very difficult early boss fight.
Yeah. I mean, they're predictable, but you gotta go through 3 of them in a row. If you know what you're doing, you can actually heal pretty safely, so. But yeah, the other thing with speedrunners is that they can beat basically any boss in the game with 5 masks and the default nail, which is like, there's a little bit of a difference there. Okay, so at this point, that is 2 Watchers down, but I'm still really worried about taking on the Watcher Knights without getting one more upgrade from a nail. So I think I might just do the little loop up onto the left side, like what's it called? It's the edge of the map on the top left, right near the town where you start. You know what I'm talking about? Howling Cliffs? Is it the Howling Cliffs?
Something like that, yeah. I don't know. I'm also playing Overwatch while I'm talking, so if I zone out for a minute, it's because I'm concentrating.
Anything new in the world?
I don't know. Maybe. Try not to pay attention.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I've been playing a bunch more Slay the Spire, and I like that game a lot.
Yeah, Did you get into the beta and try the new character?
I have not yet. I'm still working on the second one because it took me maybe like 6 hours to get a win with the first character, maybe 7. So now I'm working on getting a win with the second character, the Silent. That's actually going pretty well.
Yeah, I got my first win with that one, and then it took me longer to get the win with the other character.
Yeah.
Like, the Silent has, like, there's just, like, some, like, super overpowered deck archetypes, but if you can't manage to build one, then you kind of, like, your runs end earlier with that, but... whereas the other character, you can kind of, like, there's a lot of different workable archetypes.
Yeah, I find the Silent a lot more fun, I want to say. Like, lots of neat combinations of status effects and a lot of cool cards that, like, do something this turn and something next turn, or kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. Choke decks are awesome, and so are poison.
Oh, what does Choke do again?
Choke it's a 2-mana card that every other attack that you play that turn deals 5 damage to the character you have choked.
Right, so you need to get the free, like the shivs, the free
the
attack
shiv.
cards.
Like I made a deck that I had 3 of I forget what it's called exactly, but there's a thing that will give you a shiv at the start of your turn. It's a power.
Right.
and so you can
You get a
the
few of
upgraded
those.
version of that always starts in your hand, so you can make a deck where you start with like 3 of those cards in your
Oh, they all
open.
become innate as soon as you upgrade them?
Yeah, yeah, and so you start with 3 of those, and then it gives you 3 shivs every hand, which
Nice.
is 3 free attacks, and then that with choke is just like a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah, well, right now, I think this is still my first run with the Silent. I'm just doing kind of a pretty standard poison deck. But I
Yeah.
had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, the poison's super fun too.
Like, if you can just manage to, get some good block cards, and if you can just wait it out, you'll take down anything.
Yeah. Well, there's like a finisher with poison that does like 4 times damage when it's upgraded. Like it removes the poison, but does 4 times the damage to all the characters.
Okay, I don't think I have that one.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Alright, we're gonna hit the cliffs.
It's fun. There's a lot of ways to make ridiculously strong decks in that game, and it's fun to learn the mechanics and stuff.
That's the thing. So far, I mean, I've played maybe 8 or 9 hours, and that's a good chunk of time. But I'm still just learning a lot of the cards.
Yeah.
So I'm still like with the Silence, especially. I'm still quite surprised by what some of them do. Oh, what the heck? I'll get some soul hearts. Why not? The other one. That gave me 1 soul heart.
Like the new Hearthstone patch added another free single player thing, which is kind of like that, which I really like.
How so?
Well, it's basically the same. It's pretty similar. Like, it gives you like 10 bosses that you have to defeat,
Okay.
which are like computer controlled, and then you build a Hearthstone deck as you go.
Right. Oh, okay. So it's Slay the Spire Hearthstone Edition.
Yeah, it's very similar. Like there was a thing in the previous expansion that was similar to that, and it was also a lot of fun. Which is actually like probably the first thing I would recommend in Hearthstone since like 2015, maybe.
You haven't been a fan of how they developed the game?
No, I mean I think that they've done a lot of cool stuff, but the problem is that the more recent patches, all the new deck archetypes depend on like really expensive cards. Mostly like the decks are based on legendaries, which cost a lot of the in-game currency, and so you have to either spend a ton of money on the game to like make dust and buy those cards, or hopefully get lucky and just find them. But without them, it's like hard to have fun with the game. Which is a huge, like for me, I could just build them if I wanted to, because I've played enough of it, and I have a big repository of the currency built up.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to start like fresh, it would be almost impossible to compete.
It's kind of
Fortunately, they have like restructured the way the matchmaking works, and it's like it puts people. I think it does something more like by dex, like overall deck strength, or like overall card collection strength, and tries to match you with like types. So it's more like it's like you can't build the super crazy awesome decks, but at least you're not playing your shitty new deck against people who have super crazy awesome decks. Yeah, that's good, but it still isn't. It still requires an extremely significant time or money investment up front. But the single player stuff you could just download and play and have fun with, and learn the cards and see all the ridiculous deck types you can build without having to spend a cent, because the single player stuff is free.
That's not on phones, but it is on tablets, right? Is that?
I think it's on. No, I play it on my phone every day for lunch, so it's on everything. I think at this point.
I could maybe be convinced to give that a try if I could play it on my phone. I've played Hearthstone a tiny bit, and it didn't really. I don't know, didn't really grab me, but I'd be way more interested in playing like a versus the computer kind of thing.
Yeah.
Alright, I got 250 dream points. I need another 50. And there's another dream tree not far from here, and there's one that I didn't hit up, which is... backtracking here. Well, there's one that I did not hit up yet, other than Nail Master. which is back at the resting ground. So I should be able to get my my last nail upgrade in the near future.
Nail 'em.
I will. I'm here, so I'm going to learn the stupid nail technique from this guy, even though I don't care.
Yeah, those are cool, but I never really used any of those too much.
It's worth it for the cutscene, but that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed that.
Powering up.
Yeah. I mean, I probably wasted like... It's probably only like 45 minutes of game time that I wasted, which I can totally afford, but it don't feel good when you're trying to rush through. What else is going on in the world that is actually worth talking about? Down here. Those giant penis statues. So, here we are on the edge of the world. I don't know if I should buy this map. I think I got better stuff to do with my money.
You probably don't need it, right?
I don't think I need a map for this area. It's pretty straightforward. And now that I'm finally finished that Dreamer, then I'm moving forward in the world, and I'm gonna have stuff to spend money on too if I'm gonna get that upgraded nail. I bought the key that you need to get to the tower for the last Dreamer already, so at least that's taken care of.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, where are you about? Are you almost done now?
I just took out the second Dreamer around the time that you showed up.
Yep, I saw that.
So I've done.
So you got one more.
Yeah, I have the one in the city, like up top of the city. But if you recall, that one's guarded by the Watcher Knights.
Right.
Which is not like impossible. I actually didn't have that much trouble with that fight the first time I went through, but I also had, a mostly upgraded nail and more masks and stuff. And no. My hubris just caught up with me.
Oh, I'm watching it right now. Pushed into the spikes by that jerk-ass mosquito.
Yeah. Yeah, tonight has not been a masterful performance.
Well, if you're going to break that 30-minute barrier,
yeah.
you have to keep practicing.
40-ish, I think, in real time is about the best I've seen. Maybe 36 or something like that. Whatever, I'm here. Like I said, since I'm not actually... I actually have a ton of time left on the time limit that I'm going for, so I'm allowing myself to get prideful and take second chances on stuff that's not really important. There are a lot of mosquitoes in this place. They just keep popping off out of the rafters. I hate them almost as much as I do in real life. Right. Ready? Another speedrun category that's interesting is the 100% run, where you have to get everything, and that's actually kind of cool because then you're rewarded for finding basically ways to power level your character as much as you can. The faster you can get strong, the faster you can complete the game. Thank you. Let's get out of here. Alright, next up, Dreamy Tree thing. So I got 12. Actually, I think I still need to get one more charm. That tree. 12, 14. Oh no, I have enough. Because there's some expansion stuff that you've never done, I think, which is the Grim Troop DLC. I don't know if you're talking here, but I'm not hearing it. So go back to monologuing. There's the Dream Tree. Did it. I don't know if this is really a good way to accumulate dream points, but I'm pretty close to this point, so I might as well go for it. That's a super wall fighter, so. Sorry, Carnifer, I love you. You know we're bros, but
Can't afford it right now.
I just don't need it. I'm almost done in this place.
There's not really much out there, is there? Aside from that skill.
There's the skill, there's Joni's Blessing, there's the Grim Troop DLC beginning, which is kind of worth hitting because it gets you another badge. Yeah. I think there is like one of the money items, sellable antiques. If you head down here to the left, yes, there is a King's Idol. Those are the most valuable ones, actually. So if you gotta make the detour, you get a lot for it.
Yeah, I mean, I just meant like speedrun wise. I don't know if there's.
No, if you're doing a pure speedrun, you would never come here. Never in a million years.
It's kind of a. I kind of like. It's always. I always really like in those games when you kind of can go back to the beginning and then like. I really enjoyed that in SteamWorld Dig 2 also.
Which part?
Where you can go back through like where you were at the beginning and there's stuff there when you have new powers. So let's
Right. I was saying I really like that this game takes the starting area and then eventually makes it more threatening. That's a pretty cheap trick that always works on me. Like if you have a home base and at some point it gets attacked or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm only short 2 dream bucks. I really don't need to start the Grim Troop stuff, I don't think. Alright. So, I can go and get my Pale Ore, and I can get my extra Charm Notch, and I can get my sword upgraded. Then I'm going to be ready for anything. As soon as I find my way back. Where did I think I was going again? Yeah, I probably won't stay up much longer, but I think I have enough time to do some shopping. Hey, do you feel like doing me a little favor? Are you playing Overwatch still?
I am, but I can. What do you want me to do?
If you're between rounds at some point and you got like 30 seconds, can you look up for me how much the 18 badge or 18 charm notch that you buy from the charm seller costs? I'm sure if you just look up the charm seller on the Hollow Knight wiki, you'll have a whole list of everything she sells.
Yeah, I pulled it up here. Hang on 1 second. Let's see, 900.
Oh, I've got 900. This is amazing. Let's go pay her a visit. This is not Fast way through here. Get these sweet time saving strats. Boom. Yeah. It's probably worth taking the stag down to the Forgotten Crossroads station. Let's do the resting grounds first. Alright, I need 2 more dream points, but I can get those in this very room that I'm in. I can find this dream tree. There's a dream tree right around here, isn't there? What's over here? I don't remember what this place is. Oh, there's a charm here. Dream shield. Oh. Alright. We need 2 more dots. 300. Alrighty. Hey, Siri. I don't want to go to your stupid graveyard. Just need the payload. Thank you. Alright. Alright, Forgotten Crossroads. And then we're going to want to go into the City of Tears, sell a bunch of junk. Still got that wiki open. Next time you're looking at it, let me know how much the 2 pale ore upgrade to the nail costs. I should probably just...
Or upgrade hollow. Well, they are. Let's see. Sharpened nail, channeled nail, that one?
It's the one that requires 2 pale ore.
Oh, 2,000. Sorry, 2,000. That's the
2,000?
coiled.
Dang. Forgot how expensive that was.
Yeah.
Well, I should be able to make it work. I got a lot of baubles and trinkets. So this screen that I'm on right now, there's a ledge way up there. In fact, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there. Oh yeah, you can with the double jump. And that's where you use your shade to bounce up. Yes, give me all the notches. Unlike real notch, these are desirable. Stalwart shell. I don't mean physically undesirable, I mean not just a tool. I'll go with this for now. Whatever. So is this a good way to get where I'm going? That's actually not going to take me to City of Tears. Alright, let's go left. Alright. One of these days I'm going to find a place to dash to see if there's some time. Whoa, dang. part of the calculations that I was making, I was trying to figure out whether it would be better to do the things the way I have here, or whether I should have just gone to the Coliseum. Which is a really big detour, but once you're there, if you do the first 2 sets of fights, you can get a Charm Notch and some Pale Ore. Of course, if you screw them up, then you just waste a lot of time. Speaking of wasting time, this route is no longer going to get me to the stag station. It's kind of annoying. It changes once they change this area. It gets blocked off with the
When
map.
they put when all those bubbles show up.
Yeah, the map never updates, so I just keep wasting time trying to go that way.
Yeah. I hate those explodey guys.
Yeah, the really big, nasty
Yeah.
bugs. King Station is probably faster for what I'm doing right now. Hard to say. You know what? Let's do some Dutch.
Where are you going for the final dreamer now?
Well, I want to get my nail upgraded first. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and sell a bunch of stuff, and then go to the nailsmith, and then go for the final dreamer.
Okay.
Again, this is not a really good speed run, but I'm not sure that I can beat the Hollow Knight with 6 masks and crappy nail.
No, probably not. Especially if you've been picking up enough of the journals and stuff to sell. And
Yeah, I think I got a lot that I can.
I love the way that guy's dialogue changes as you sell those. Also.
He starts to get sick of them eventually.
Yeah, like at a certain point, it's like, actually, well, now these aren't worth anything because I have too many of them. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this.
Is that just the journals, or does he get that way with like the King's Idols and stuff?
I think he does it with all the stuff, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, hello there.
Delicate.
Can't sell you stuff here, can I? Forgot that guy comes out of the store sometimes.
Is that guy supposed to be wearing is that a hood or has he got a weird beard?
He's got a long beard. Wrong way. Alright, $2,000.
Velmi Ardred. War's son? Gian.
What else could I spend money on at this point? Is a question. I
Velmi
could buy mask shards in
Velmi Ardred.
Dirtmouth.
Velmi Ardred. Velmi
You
Ardred.
know what? I'm not going to do that now because I need to go and take care of the Dreamer, and I don't want to risk losing all my money in the process. Maybe on the way out of beating the Dreamer, I could swing by here and dump all my money and spend that on a couple of mask shards. I might be able to get one more mask before this is finished.
2008.
Not for long.
It was a decade ago.
It's true. It's okay. Now I have 2014.
It was a significantly worse year.
2014 was a significantly worse year.
Yeah, than 2008.
Is it worse than 2018? Okay. This may be our final upgrade.
Ranjo Stenja.
Ranjo's 10, yeah, you said it.
Jonsha.
Doom.
Garadel.
I'm pretty sure I beat the Hollow Knight with this level of nail the first time I played the game. I don't think I got all
Yeah,
the
I definitely did not get all of them because it's.
You probably want them to find to beat the real final boss. That fight's pretty stressful. Still can't take these guys out with one hit. That's too bad. These guys we can. So... I'm pretty much at the point where I should stop, but I kind of want to make my way a little ways into the tower. Actually, I'm not in the right place. Would not be in the right place. I don't know if this will get me where I'm trying to go. Is there any reason to do that? There's like a door somewhere. I don't know if there's any point to that. I think this is a good place to go. Oh, this opens with a little shortcut. What the heck? Right here. Never know when you're gonna need it. Oh, okay, here we are, Watcher Knights. I didn't think I was gonna get here so fast. I didn't find a save point anywhere around here, but whatever. I'm not gonna go back now. I don't know if I have this fight in me right tonight. I'll give it one shot. Do you know about this little thing that you can smack?
I don't know. Is there a secret?
It's kind of a secret. It smashes one of them so that they don't reform and fight you.
Oh yeah, I think I did that. I don't remember.
I actually didn't find that when I played the first time. Alright, one down. Now things get interesting. okay. We're doing okay.
Got a lot of
I
help.
mean, the fight doesn't get any harder than when there's 2, right?
What's that?
The fight never gets any harder than when there's 2 of them on screen. I want to say, right?
I don't think so. Is there ever a time when there's 3?
I don't think so. It's not like what are those guys in Dark Souls where if you wait too long you get like 4 of them or something like that.
Yeah.
Kings of the
No, the 4 kings.
sure, those guys.
Yep. Except sometimes there's 5 kings. You don't do enough damage.
That's right. All on the screen at the same time. How many of these guys are left? None. First try. Okay, you know what? I don't agree with people who think this fight's really hard. Speedrunners hate it because it's really random, but
I don't. You worked them pretty good.
I'm glad to end this on a high note. Although I have to admit that at this point, if we're gonna take out the Watcher, I might as well just try and fight the Hollow Knight. See how that goes. Let's hope Vio lets me sleep in tomorrow. How far am I from this thing right now? Not too far. Screw you, fancy pillars. There we are. Okay, Dreamer number 3, here we go. Not that there's anything to do in this case. Screw you and screw your dreams. That's how it's done. There's no way I'm not going to at least try to beat the Hollow Knight at this point.
Yeah, you just have to go right there, right?
Yeah. That's all that's left. I don't know if I got it in me, but we'll see. There isn't like a cool shortcut down, is there? There's a telescope here that you can use to look down the city. That's neat, but not really helpful. What's the fastest way to get out of here? This game doesn't really do that Ratchet and Clank thing of giving you lots of paths back.
Yeah, to get back around.
I mean, it does.
I wish that there was about double the amount of the. I definitely said this before, but I wish there was about twice as many of those.
I would, yeah, I do too. I would be okay with it if they weren't immediately available to you in some way. Like if there was some way that they could kind of gain them.
But once you get to the end of the game, man.
Yeah, there should be like some way to open up like extra ones. And after the fact, I don't know, because I do love the way that the exploration in this game feels, and the fact that you go so long between finding stations sometimes. Yeah. I think that's.
I thought that if they gave you an item that let you fast travel from the benches at some point, like near the end of the game, maybe something that you can't even get until after you've beaten 2 or 3 of the dreamers.
Maybe there is an item that lets you warp to set one point that you can warp back to at any time.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but it's not.
It's not as good. No, I know.
But
yeah, maybe that would be a cool thing to do. Like beat 1 or 2 of the dreamers and then be able to hop around like that.
Kind of like Dark Souls does with. I mean, this game borrows a bunch of shit from Dark Souls anyway, so.
True. They could have borrowed that one last thing.
Although I guess Dark Souls has no fast travel until you get to that point. But
which is
this
also,
game actually
really
makes
cool.
Dark Souls seem pretty small, so.
Dark Souls is actually a surprisingly small game.
Velmi
Yeah.
Aldred.
It's daunting the first time you do it, but it's not actually that difficult to. Once you understand how the map works, you can run across it in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I love the map of Dark Souls.
It's a pretty good map for the most part.
That game has problems. Like I think it gets glossed over sometimes with how important it has been for the last 10 years of games. There are definitely bits of that game that are badly designed or tedious or
Yeah, there's some. I mean, there's some really like badly. There's like some places that are straight up not finished, like where the bed of chaos is, and
or the
there's
whole bed of chaos fight itself, which is garbage.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, there's not a lot of places that I like in the back half of the game, but
Yeah. I like the Duke's Archives, but that's about it.
oh, I hate that place so much.
I heard Dark Souls.
We did. It's because we're playing Hollow Knight.
No.
Sorry, we can talk about Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I'm actually not going to be talking
weeks.
about much of
Again.
anything soon because I'm going to be fighting the last boss. See if I can buy myself anything cool before I fight him. Alright, I will take a Mask Shard. I hope you have another one. Mask Shard. Give me one more. Yes, okay. It's expensive, but whatever. Sweet. Alright. I got a fighting chance of beating this guy. After all my getting lost and wandering around aimlessly, it looks like my biggest enemy in this game is
Bafanada.
for nada. I'm just spending money on maps now because why not? Trick out my map. Pimp my map. Alright. How do I feel about my charm loadout? I should probably set that up a little better. So, we don't need to dash, and we don't need to know where we are or pick up money. Long nail is great. Extra invulnerability is great.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the one that lets me heal fast, which of course is also pretty essential. I could just use Grub Song, I guess, gain some soul when I'm taking damage. I do have the Spell Twister. Do more damage with my spells, but I don't know. I'm probably going to mostly use the nail. Let's try it like this. I do feel a little bad I never rescued what's her name. Yeah, the girl who falls in love with you and then abandons you for Zote.
Oh, you never saved her?
Well, not in this game.
Curly Grace.
Yes. I feel bad every time I fail to save Girly Brace. Okay, here we are. It's a black egg. It's go time. My left shoulder is really sore. No time to lose. We'll stop on the bench. Save with the walk back. Alright, what are the odds? Do you think I can beat him on the first try?
I think you can.
Not impossible. I've fought this boss a lot of times. It's been a little while. Alright, buddy, let's go. I know, man. You're having a bad day. I hear
The Hollow Knight, definitely not Artorias.
In what sense?
In the sense that he looks like him, is essentially like him, and has an injured arm like him, and has some of the same moves that he does. What's that?
Is he having even one? He's kind of missing it.
He's missing an arm, yeah.
So, you know that eventually you get the upgrade that lets you dash through the black gates, right?
Mm-hmm.
That upgrade makes you invincible when you dash. And that makes fighting this
nice.
guy a piece of cake.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can just dash through all of his attacks. Ow. Gotta heal. So, here's the thing that I learned. Is that when he's doing this whole like self-flagellation bit, you actually cannot really hurt him very much. Every attack that you do on him during that phase only does 1 damage.
Oh.
This part just fucking sucks, man. What am I supposed to do about that? So I used to pile the damage on because I thought that was a good time to, like I figured it was like, well, either you're healing or you're doing the damage. And of course, if you can, you should be doing the damage. But it turns out, nope, there's basically no good reason to attack him during that phase, except to build up soul for using on either projectile attacks or healing yourself. Because again, the speedrunners spend all of their time... Did I just win the game? Oh. Yeah, okay, I guess I did. Go me! This 45 minutes wandering around the fungal wastes of the fog canyon when I'm supposed to be playing for I'll let on the first try. At least there's your seal of approval that I actually know something about this game. Now for the depressing bad ending. So the cycle continues.
Kindle that fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that ending is also extremely Dark Soulsian. Well, hey, pulled it off. Pretty sure I got that 10-hour achievement because I have not been here for 5 hours tonight.
No.
Yeah, I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain that I finished this in about 6.5 on the game counter.
That's pretty good.
It's all right. It's all right. Again, I think 5 is within the realm of possibility. I don't know if I'll actually do it, but if I was to...
No, yeah, you definitely could, because there's a ton of... Especially now that you've done it once, you kind of...
Yeah, I definitely have some idea of what's necessary.
You know what stuff you can cut out.
Like, for example, I don't think I needed that last nail upgrade. Like, I kind of worked that guy. So I could definitely cut out that, which means you only need 1 pale ore to get a pretty good nail, and you can get that from this mini boss where you fight 2 big monsters. I don't remember where, but it's way faster than all the other shit that I've been doing to try and get pale ore. So that would definitely save me some time, and I could also not waste an hour basically wandering around Fog Canyon. Cheers, sliding down again. So yeah, I think it could be done. I don't know if I'll actually do it, but I like this game a lot. Maybe when it comes out on Switch, I'll come back to it and give it another shot. I would actually like to pick up my full game, and because there's stuff that I haven't seen. This whole areas of this game I still haven't seen with a save file that has 35 hours on it.
Have you played it since they added the new stuff?
Well, by the time I played it, it had the Grim Troop and the something Dreams. So basically, the Dreams thing is a bunch of extra tough Dream boss fights, including like Grey Prince Zote, and then the Grim Troop is it's kind of a big thing. It has 2 boss fights, including one which is apparently the hardest of everyone in the game. And I fought the easier version of it, and it was still pretty fucking hard. So I can imagine that the tough version of that is a real bear. But that's the thing that lets you upgrade the Fragile Charm, so you can get yourself the one that just does more damage all the time, and not have to worry about it breaking. It's pretty sweet. And there's one more that's not out yet. It's coming pretty soon, I think. It's just going to add a bunch of boss fights, and I don't know what else. They're talking about adding a new game mode, and so I think a lot of people are wondering if they're going to add a randomizer mode, which would be pretty sweet. I would come back and probably stream some randomizer of this game if that was the thing that happened. The only thing is that a randomized run of this game would take you as long as your first run of the game, almost, so it would be a pretty big commitment. Anyway, I'm really glad that I did this, and thanks to anyone who watched, and thanks to you, especially Eric, for having been there for all the episodes, and
Some of
thanks
it,
to
yeah.
Coffee for saying hi there for a second.
Yeah.
You said Dark Souls, so he had to come and say Dark
That's
Soul?
That's
I
right.
did.
Congratulations.
Like the bat signal.
We'll meet again down the road. So do I get to... Where do I get to see if I actually pulled it off? There we
That
go,
might be
Speedrun 1,
remaster when
achievement
it comes
unlocked. 54%, that's more than I would have thought. Hey, 6 hours, 31 minutes. My estimate was very good. And I haven't checked the time since I started playing tonight, which was 2 hours ago, so... Alright folks, that's going to be it for this video series. I hope that you have a pleasant evening. Steel Soul mode unlocked. I don't know why I didn't have that already, but anyway, alright. Stopping now.